Yeah, no, I know. Here we are. Here we are. I'm actually making this video. I am sick and disgusted that I am making this video, but nonetheless, I am making this video. What is wrong with you for watching this video? The Toronto Maple Leafs have signed defenseman Simon Benoit to a league minimum 1-year contract. Why should you care? Because it's August and you're thirsty. Here's a little drink. Here's a little drinky poo. Take a little sip and you say thank you. But first, want to bet? You can make your next bet at Sports Interaction. When the puck drops, which is soon, Sports Interaction has you covered. Pre-game live betting on all major sports and prop bets. Think you know which way it's going to go? Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. That's sportsinteraction.com/SDPN and download the Sports Interaction app, but only if you're 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Listen, the Toronto Maple Leafs signed defenseman Simon Benoit to a 1-year contract, and did you know that player existed before you saw this signing? No, you didn't. Which is wild because he played 78 games last season. He did. And just for poops and giggles, I typed in Benoit Klingberg into Google just to see if they played together, and I came across this article from theleafsnation.com. John Seitzer, the author, during his time in Anaheim, Klingberg didn't really have a steady partner on the blue line. Sam Benoit was his most frequent partner, a sign he was relegated to the bottom pairing duties. That's not even his name! So, did the Leafs sign Simon Benoit to play with John Klingberg? I sure hope not! I was nervous enough about John Klingberg as it is. Still waiting for someone to tell me I'm going to enjoy watching him. No, look, Benoit played in the NHL last year, 78 games. Yes, it was with the Ducks. I'm not trying to be insulting, but it matters that it was the Ducks. Dude, they stunk. They stunk. They were really so bad. So bad. Last year's Anaheim Ducks were so bad that any advanced number that you show me, I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to read it. I'm not even going to take it into account. They were a sub-NHL team last year. Even their stars. Nobody eclipsed 70 points. Nobody eclipsed 25 goals. They were not competitive in the slightest. Which again is why I was so mad when the Leafs blew a 3-1 lead to them early last season, and I freaked out about it, and everyone was like, why are you freaking out? That's why I was freaking out! They stunk! But you need those kind of teams around the NHL because it gives an opportunity to a player like Benoit, a 24-year-old free agent signing out of the QMJHL, who signed with the San Diego Gulls as an AHL deal, and then he got an NHL deal, and then he played way too much because the team wasn't even trying to win. Listen, here's what I got an eye on when it comes to Simon Benoit. Simon Benoit had 216 hits last season, which led the Anaheim Ducks. The next closest guy had 110. No one else on the Ducks eclipsed 110. They were bad, so bad. Amongst Ducks defensemen, Benoit had the most blocks with 128. The next closest was Shattenkirk with 115. By the way, this isn't necessarily a good thing. It just means they never had the puck. But he was willing to block it, which I like. In terms of time on ice per game, Benoit played almost 19 and a half minutes a game in 78 NHL games last season. Again, the Ducks, bad, so bad. He was 4th amongst Ducks defensemen in that category behind only Cam Fowler, John Klingberg, and Dmitry Kulikov. Oof! He had by far the most penalties drawn out of all Ducks defensemen with 12. He also took 23, so, you know, differential was negative 11. 3rd most shots amongst Ducks defensemen with 83. And he led all Ducks defensemen in penalty kill time by a wide margin, 239 total minutes. The next closest guy was Kulikov at 192. So again, he was at almost 240. No one else had eclipsed 200 minutes. By all accounts, he's not a great puck handler. No one should expect him to be a great puck handler. In fact, I went through his game by game and the very few points he had throughout the season. I think it was like 12. Almost all of them came against non-playoff or bottom 5 teams and like Edmonton for some reason. So he's apparently not very good at handling the puck. Does that make it a bad signing? No. Apparently he's really gritty. And if you look it up, by the way, if you just type in Simon Benoit into YouTube, you're going to find at least 4 videos of him throwing a hit, crushing a guy, and then having to fight after. 2 of them are against Tom Wilson. So does that mean that he should make the team out of camp? No, absolutely not. I don't care how much time he killed on the penalty last year or how many games he played in the NHL last year. It was on the Ducks. Dude, think back to when the Leafs were tanking. How many guys, how many mercenaries did the Leafs just throw out there, throw to the Wolves, and they were like, I gotta get that NHL contract, bro. And they just went out there every night and got filled by like real NHL players. Dude, bless those guys. You need those guys. And Kyle Cushman makes a really good point here, because if Benoit goes down to the Marlies, he doesn't count as a veteran against the veteran rules. Here's exactly what he said. A key difference from Simon Benoit to July 1st signings, William Lagesson and Max Lajoie, is Benoit isn't deemed a veteran by AHL rules. Should Benoit spend time with the Marlies roster, he won't put the team in an awkward position in regards to the veteran rule. So should this guy make the team out of camp if they're healthy? No. Can he play NHL games for them? Sure. Would I be comfortable with it? Sure. Yes, sure. Because, dude, last year, how many Leafs defensemen played? Well, what was it? It was at least 11. 12, 13 maybe? Victor Mete, Max Hollowell was a pairing, and they were undefeated. Look at it this way. A guy like Benoit, a guy like Lagesson, Lajoie, they help you not play a 40-year-old Mark Giordano for 82 games. And by the way, I know he's 39, but his birthday is October 3rd. When the Leafs play their first game this season, Mark Giordano will be 40! I just got a text from Sid Sixero. I need 15 minutes on the Benoit signing immediately. Well, how long's this one? It's got to be like, what, 5 or 6? Listen, the fact that he played a bunch with Klingberg is interesting. I would expect to see the Leafs, like, try that in the preseason just to see what it's like or get guys acclimated. Again, he's 24, so, like, he's still got room to get better. He's 6'3", over 200 pounds, so he continues the trend of the Leafs getting a little beefier and stronger. There is nothing wrong with having this guy as your, like, what would this make him, like your 9th option? Maybe 10? The Leafs are probably set on the penalty kill. Riley, Brody, McCabe, Liljegren, Lagesson can kill penalties as well. Doesn't hurt to have another option. Oh, Giordano, I forgot him. If the Leafs were to see like 2 significant injuries on the penalty kill, I could absolutely see Benoit spend a stint with the club. But otherwise, he's 24, he'll be in the minors, and that's fine. So, what do you think of this signing? Do you care? I bet you do. Do you think this Leafs team is just tinkering now, or like do they have I'm not gonna lie, I think this team looks weird. What do you think's coming up? Let me know in the comment box down below. Now that they got Austin Matthews locked up, maybe they can make something more significant. Still waiting on Nylander. We'll see how that all goes. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. SDPN. We got Grav doing season previews for every single team over on that channel. We're down at, I think, Seattle now. If your team is above Seattle alphabetically, you go to SDPN, sir or madam.